Back for the tub, I see you, I see you. All the girls in the club, I got my eyes on you. All the girls in the club.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Naima, and I know y'all missed me because I've missed me, y'all. I am so excited because I just got done taking my driver's license test today, and I freaking passed, y'all. But I wasn't really surprised because I was prepared, and I basically already knew I was gonna pass. So if you're nervous, if you're not sure if you're gonna pass, then watch this video, and I'm gonna help y'all figure out how to pass y'all driver's license test. Cause it's 2023, we gotta get on these roads, baby. We can't be failing those tests. We can't be missing out. We gotta hop on the roads and we gotta go on. Cause y'all, now that I got my little, my license. Who would get picked up? I'm not picking nobody up for real, but I am gonna be gone though. And then mom will be like, where you at? I'm outside. So I'm just basically going to be telling you guys what y'all should expect. So first of all, hold on, let's rewind. I'm gonna start off by telling y'all how my experience went. So I already had got my driver's permit on my birthday when I turned 15, which was June 1st, 2022. That's when I had got my driver's license permit. Not driver's license, but my permit. And I really wasn't practicing during that summer or when the school year started. My advice for y'all, start as soon as you can, because like I said, I did start a little bit late. So although I started driving later, I did drive every single day, and I drove long distances, interstates, highways, all that, basically every single day, because I had to go to practice. So it really helped me. So drive as soon as you can and practice. On my driver's test, we just basically drove around a rural area for the most part, because that's where I stay. I stay in a rural area. So if you know where you're going to take your driver's test at, then you should drive around that place so you can get familiar with it, and if it's in a city, then you should be practicing driving in cities. If it's in a rural area, then your focus should be driving in rural areas, in long streets and curves and hills and all that stuff. But you still want to be practicing both, but just focus on that so you can pass your test. For the next thing, do not be nervous, because you're gonna fail your test if you're nervous. Like, you could be a good driver, but if you're super nervous and you're not confident, then you're gonna fail your test, because nobody wants a nervous driver on the road. That's like the worst case scenario. So the best way to not be nervous is to, like I said, practice really hard, make sure you're confident. And even if you are nervous, you're just an anxious person in general, even if you are nervous, you could be nervous, but don't let your driver instructor know that you're nervous. Like, I wasn't nervous because I'm not really the type of person to get nervous, especially if I'm prepared. So I prepared myself, and I wasn't nervous, and I was very confident in my abilities. And I was confident. So don't be nervous. Now, a few things that you should know is, of course, like different traffic signs, and the different laws in your areas when it comes to like traffic, because as you're driving, they will test you on those things. Like, they might say, hey, what does this sign mean? What does that sign mean? So make sure you know your signs, because that was what I was asked when I was taking my driver's test. And also, he did this thing where he told me to change the radio station while I was driving, so he could see if I'm a controlled driver or not when it comes to those things. So practice that too. And for my driver's test, thankfully, I'm so happy, but I did not have to do parallel parking. Thank God, because I did not want to do that. But I know a lot of people on their driver's test, they do have to do that. So learn that, and learn 3-point turning, because I did have to do that too, which was easy because I practiced. when you're going to take your driver's test, make sure you're prepared. Get there like 15 minutes earlier, or just make sure you're on time in general, and make sure you have all your papers that you might need, like your ID, your permit, and just any other information that you may need with you. Make sure you get it prepared ahead of time, because it would suck for you to get there and then they'll be like,
oh, well, you can't take your test because you don't have your permit or you don't have
your paper or your social security number or whatever they require. I don't freaking know. But make sure you have your papers, or they will kick you out the door. They will kick you out the door. And get there early. Get there like 15 minutes earlier. I didn't get there 15 minutes earlier. I got there like 5 minutes earlier. But get there 15 minutes earlier. Don't be me. Don't be me. Get there 15 minutes earlier. The next tip is, if they allow you to bring your own vehicle, then that's like a great advantage. So if they do allow you to do that, make sure you know your vehicle, where the blinkers are, the wipers, the AC, whatever. Just know all the parts of them, because they may test you to make sure you know how to use those things. And if you're able to bring your own car, then that's an advantage. See, me personally, I wasn't able to bring my own car. They provided me with a car. So while you're practicing learning how to drive before you actually take your test, it would be a great idea to like get yourself used to being in different vehicles. Like when I was driving, I never only drove in one vehicle. I've drove in like at least 4 different vehicles throughout the time I was learning, so that I could get used to driving different vehicles. So when it was time for me to go take my test and he said I couldn't bring it, it wasn't really a huge what am I gonna do, you know, because I was already used to it. So I was like, okay, bring it on. Yes. And another thing is, when you're first learning to drive, I know we live now in a generation where everything is like very modern and electricity wise. You know, all the cars have cameras, because I know I have a Mercedes and it has a camera on it, so when you're backing out you could see. But for your first car, make sure you have a car to where it doesn't have all that electricity, electronic, whatever. It don't have all that stuff, so you could get used to checking your blind spots, you know, and actually checking them and not relying on technology. My mom actually gave me that tip, and that's why I've been driving my Nissan, and it's really gotten me used to checking my blind spots and, you know, getting used to those things, because that's what your driver, instructor, or tester, that's what they're going to be looking for. And when you check your blind spots, you want to actually turn your head and look behind you, or look out the back window that you're checking, to be sure, and have your hair up so that they know you're doing that. And 9 times out of 10, the car that you're driving will not have all that technology, so unless you're driving your own car. But you still want to do that, know how to drive a car that doesn't have all that, just for safety reasons, because anything can happen. Technology can malfunction, you know, because I know in some cars the like little mirror, it'll blink if you can't get over, but you know, sometimes those things can malfunction and it'll probably blink, and so you can get over the whole time you can't get over, or it won't blink or whatever, you know. Yeah, so know how to do that. And I highly recommend you taking a driver's ed course before you get your license, or whenever. Just take a driver's ed course, because insurance on cars is very expensive. But if you take driver's ed, then it gives you moolah off. And yeah, that's just something good to have. That's why I got my license today in July rather than June, because I took my driver's ed course and now I have my license. And I have money off of my insurance because I took a driver's ed course over the summer, or you can do it during school. I did it over summer because I didn't have time to fit it into my school schedule. So I just did it over summer. Personally, I think it was better that way, because there was times when we got to actually practice taking a driver's test. It was like a mock driver's test with a fake instructor, and so that helped. So do a driver's ed. But yeah, if you're upcoming, if you're taking your driver's test, don't be nervous. You got this, especially if you practice. Just be confident, believe in your abilities, you know, work hard, and you're gonna pass. You're gonna pass. You're gonna pass. And even if you don't pass, you know, God forbid, but even if you don't pass, that's normal. Not everybody passes on their first try, but you always have next time. But, you know, just prepare yourself so then there won't be a next time. If you prepare yourself, there's not going to be no next time. So, yeah. And if you feel like you're not ready, please don't just rush into your driver's test. Get yourself prepared, practice, learn your signs, your turns, and then go take it, because it'll make things a lot easier and you're more likely to pass, and then you won't have to go through all that again. But if you guys enjoyed my video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next one.